Hi Brian, it's Lisa, and I've got your Getting Started assignment in front of me. This is the Outside the Book Getting Started assignment, which is due next Tuesday. And I wanted to show you a couple of things that I see that are wrong with the schedule. So first of all, I see that there's one task here that has a push pin, and you'll want to make sure that any task, even if it's a summary task, is in automatic task mode. The automatic task mode is indicated by these blue bars. This push pin indicates manually scheduled. So if something happens and it slips, just select that task, go up here to the ribbon and click auto schedule, so it's back in auto schedule mode. I don't see the column here for indicators. It's good to see that because sometimes if you accidentally manually change a date, you could see task constraints. So I'm going to turn that back on. I'm going to right click on that column, choose Insert Column, and I'm going to start typing indicators and turn that on. Yeah, sure enough, see all these squares here? These are task constraints. What that tells me is that you may have manually come over here and tried to change some of these dates, and you don't want to do that. You want to let Project change the dates for you. So here's how to remove these. For any one of these with the little calendar icon, you'll have to go to the task, double click on the row number. That opens the task information dialog box. Go to Advanced and come here to Constraint Type. This should be on as soon as possible with no date. That's the default setting, so I'm just resetting that task to the default setting. So same thing here, double click, as soon as possible, no date. Same thing here, double click, as soon as possible, no date. And you can actually do these together. Now if you highlight them together, you can't double click, but you can come up here to the ribbon and click the information button, which produces the same dialog box, and it will actually do this for all the tasks. So I'll go to Advance, and I just have to make sure I say as soon as possible. There's no date. I'll click OK, and they're all erased. Okay. Now, the other thing that I notice is that the dates are starting on October 2nd. Well, that's possibly the date when you built this project, but if we look at the screenshot, I believe you have to start on May 1st. Let me take a look at that. Hang on just a second. Yes, I just confirmed it's May 1st. Now, I don't know if you tried to set the date up here, but you don't want to. In fact, you really don't want to set any dates. Until Chapter 4, you'll learn about setting those constraints intentionally, but they're really the rare exception. So for the overall project start date, you want to go to Project, Project Information, and you want to set it here. So this is where we're going to actually go back in time, because the idea was to set it to May 1st, which is a Wednesday, and then I'll click OK. And you can see now everything adjusts. Okay, now for the predecessors, you had a question about the predecessors, and any issues you had with the predecessor perhaps were either typing the wrong number or the fact that you had some issues with one of these tasks here. First of all, predecessors, like you have here, should only be on tasks, not on these summary tasks, so you want to skip those. And these look fine. The only thing you're missing is that this task should link up to this one. So in other words, when row 1 is finished, task 3 can begin. So the predecessor for this row is row 1, so I can click on that, and that'll just draw this line here in the Gantt chart down to that bar, and I think that's it. Now, the other thing that I would check in about is the Change Working Time dialog box. I don't see an exception date here, and if you look through the instructions, that's something that you're supposed to add. And there's a video for all of these things. Everything I've just walked through, there's a video for, so you may want to watch those videos, and they'll help you get this cleaned up. All right, if you have any other questions, let me know, and I'm going to let you take it from here. Thanks, Brian.